Nothing anyway.
Oh,
he was
okay.
engaged. That's a lower story.
He was engaged.
Yeah, but that's another story. Don't worry.
He's not free until he says.
I don't believe that.
Until you have vowed a vow.
Are you serious?
Yes. Until he has made the final commitment.
Yes, which is
anything were to happen.
Yeah,
It has happened.
No.
No.
Can I say something?
Agree with that.
Neither do I.
No way.
I thought you were engaged.
You agree with
that? Means
that?
we're getting married.
But we just agreed that the promise ring is sorry.
See, there are things called tiebreakers. People break up just before their wedding day.
It's like probation.
Oh my God, the change. I can't.
Do you know, honestly, there's no guarantee until you both say I do.
Guarantee.
No, my point. No, here's my point. No, here's my point.
Can it happen? Yes.
Yes.
But should
it happen?
Should it happen?
No.
Yes.
If this person is dating and is engaged, by all means, stay away. But don't you know me? You've known me long enough.
Yeah.
I'm always don't shut down your friends. Be friends, because friends always end up marrying each other in funny twists of fate. So what I'm saying is, this person could have been engaged and you're like, oh, it's gone. But until that person says I do.
No.
Just keep them close.
You can also
Just
keep
be
Keep them close.
So if I understand you correctly, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this Demi's guy, let's say he was, he was 28, he was older than you, right?
Yeah.
And then she found out that he was engaged. If I understand you correctly, you're saying that she should have still, or she could have still kept him as a friend.
to you.
Just in case.
Yes.
no,
But he liked that though. But he liked her.
Can I say, are you saying, no, did you know he liked you? Did he like you?
I got the vibe.
So if he liked that, why you still keep? Do you know what I mean? No, it's like you're making yourself available for his engagement to break.
No, that's not what I mean.
No, that's not what she said.
That's not what. For me, the best kind of relationships come out of friendship. Do you understand? With no strings attached. And it is true. The truth is, if you guys can be friends, just say this is.
But what's the point of the friendship?
Thank you so much.
I love you, man. What's the point? Why are you putting yourself? You're talking yourself for him. You're probably going to be falling for him.
No, I understand where she's coming from now.
No.
Don't roll anybody
You can
out.
be a mature
She can,
friend. Knowing that this person is
Yes.
married and just
Mature
being
friend.
The person is going to get married.
What's your intention?
What's your intention?
But I think Tony now has a point here, because I think what is the motive for every for every
Yes,
friendship
yes.
you need to agree. What is the motive? If we're just friends and we've been friends and we're cool, but you happen to be engaged, I'm still gonna be your friend.
Exactly.
But if we started talking on the motive of he likes you, then I found out you were engaged.
then you back up.
Then you back up.
Yes.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is this. I'm not telling you if you see an engaged man, you go ahead and think.
Because girls are not smiling though.
Yeah, I know. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying if you see someone who's engaged, by all means run away. He has made his choice.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. Like, in the idealistic sense of it, that person is not off the market until they say I do.
Yeah.
It's marriage is final, but engagements break up all the time.
Okay.
Now I'm not telling anybody. I'm not even telling the man to hang in there and say, oh, in my breakup. I'm not telling the woman to hang in there and say in my breakup. But I'm trying to say that engagement is not marriage.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Marriage is the final.
Engagement is like dating.
Thank you.
No, it's not. It's more than that.
No, it's
Well, yes.
It's a step above.
It's the step above. But
But let's
the
be
final
honest.
is
within
marriage.
the engagement
Do you get what I
season,
mean?
there's a lot that you start to look at more critically.
yes.
Does it look like your husband?
because the reason I say all these things is because some people, by all means, have friends. And be a certain way with your friendships. I'm not saying throw yourself. Have friends.
Platonic friends.
Yes, just be friends, because there are people who get into relationships and feel like, now I have a boy, I don't talk to any other boy.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I see where you're
They
coming
cut
from.
off every single relationship,
Yeah.
and then this person proposes to you. I mean,
That's true.
in Nigeria, they do this all the time. The man proposes and goes away, travels. 7 years later, you hear he has married a chick.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And you have told everybody, don't talk to me, I have a boyfriend. Don't talk to me, I have a
That's where I'm
boyfriend.
coming from.
And then at the end of the day, you're lost. You're
So basically, keep your options
your
open.
bridges. It's not keeping them as an option. It's
It just realizes.
Okay, I do not know how to be friends with somebody that I like. Do you understand? You telling me be friends. How I am with my friends, I holler at them, we talk, like we just chill, do you understand? But if I like you,
Thank you.
I'm not gonna be doing you like I do Doyi or Rennie or do you understand, my actual friends. Like, do people have?
It's true.
How do you compartmentalize it?
I was
Do you
actually
pretend,
gonna ask
or
that
I switch
question,
it off.
yeah.
I don't really like
Yeah,
you.
you
Actually,
switch
I
it
kind of
off,
really
really.
do.
I think it's a dangerous territory because if one person starts having more feelings than the other, say if for example I'm keeping a guy as a friend and he's in a relationship, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, he's just my friend, Before you know it, I start developing feelings for this guy, but he's in a relationship. I'm the one at the end of the day that's gonna end up being her. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's a risky thing to do. You need to know yourself and look at yourself and am I emotionally able for this?
You know?
You need to be able to switch. And there's somebody I actually liked. I will never call the person's name. I was loud, only me and God know who the person is. But the person is married now. I was catching feelings.
No.
Lord.
Yeah.
The person proposed, the person got married. And you know what I did? I zipped it all the way. Emotions
Gone.
in the shed.
Yeah.
Zipped it. I was like, okay, that's it. We're just friends now.
But you know, even though you zipped it off, deep down
no,
inside.
not at all.
Really?
I said,
Oh, yeah.
I dug a well, I buried it.
Yeah.
I was like, what did you put
You're
your
better woman than me, and I don't know.
Kill it.
You can kill it. You murder that thing there.
Okay.
Before it makes you.
Why you're able to do that?
Yeah, some women
And if you
can't.
can't, don't be friends, please.
Yeah. So I guess it boils down
To knowing yourself.
knowing yourself. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you feel like married women, especially in the church, look down on other women that maybe their marriage has not been successful and you know they've got a divorce, they've got out of the marriage? Do you think that there's a certain level of judgment towards divorced women in the church? This is a sensitive topic, I know, but I just have to ask.
When you talk about divorce, there's the seemingly wrong person and there's the seemingly right person. So if you're looking at a woman who the husband cheated and left her with kids and she's sad, the church or people in general are not going to look down on her.
Or reality.
I'll say that. Not that they wouldn't. For the most part, they wouldn't. Because that's why pity was set in. And I know I'm saying this. The pity was set in. And people might want to help her and stuff. But the other part of someone getting divorced, but the woman rises up above it and she starts doing her thing. She's successful. She's happy. Do they look down on her? A bit.
Yes.
Because they believe,
You see
how can you not be sober? Because they believe you're divorced, you should be sober, you should be, why, do you know what I mean? So I think there's an angle
So
to...
they're more accepting towards women that are timid and that
maybe not accepting,
for
but
themselves.
Yes.
And women that rise above it and actually
The
take
ones that feel
care.
sorry for themselves, though, they are still judged. Why couldn't you deal with it? Are you the only person whose husband cheats on her? After all, the rest of us were coping with life. The stories that you hear that come out of the church in terms of advice.
I don't think so. Even out of the church, look at it this way, out of the church, a woman says, I've divorced my husband, what happened? The first thing you ask is, what happened? Imagine a woman telling you, he beat me, he was abusive. What is it? Just say, why did you let him beat you? What, do you understand? There's no emphasis.
Yes, people say that.
Yes, Mope.
What did you do that he beat you? That's what
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about women.
No, yes,
it's women
Even the
who
women that
judge
say
women.
that. It's women that
It's a Nigerian thing.
Nigerian communities in the Western world, I will give you that.
It's a Nigerian thing that they would ask you, what did you do? Why did you provoke him?
Yes.
To be you. Yes,
What
they
did
would
you
do that.
say?
That they believe that the man is superior and he's always right, and you shouldn't have even left your husband in the first place.
Yeah.
You should stick there through thick and thin. But
The
this
woman has more power.
society is more acceptable to women.
The woman has more
Exactly.
power. We are the ones who give power to the men who abuse women, and that's a whole different topic. But when it comes to married women giving themselves different levels of priority over divorced women, that happens more often because, well, in our society, because of this reason. Because we look at women as being liable to subjugation. We're not meant to speak back to men. We're not meant to question them even when they're wrong. Therefore, a married woman will always think, well, at least I stayed in my husband's house.
So that makes her better than the woman that
at least I was able to keep my marriage. I mean, what are you keeping? A broken basket that cannot fetch. Do you understand?
So
straw, talk less of water. Like, what are you really keeping?
So for me, now being married, I think I'm a lot more sympathetic to women who get divorced.
Thank you.
Because I am in marriage, and marriage is work. The conflict is in human nature.
Yeah.
And there are times when the person just annoys you and you're like, do you know what, if I could walk out, I'll walk out. But you see, that's human nature. I'm going to go back to that judgment, because we keep on saying, oh, the church does this. Do you think people do this? I'm going to myself. Before I was married, I will probably judge someone who was divorced.
Really?
Do you understand? I'll probably, because think about it, what is judgment? We feel like God says don't divorce, why are you divorced?
Why you do it?
You might not voice it,
But you're thinking
but you're thinking it.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
So
it's
yes, you always judge a person until you know the full story. So you don't know the full story, so you make up assumptions in your head and you assign blame. From what I've seen, the guy looks like the quiet one. The woman is the woman's blame to blame. So you place judgment automatically. Two people who are fantastic can come together and bring out the worst in each other. But individually, you deal with the woman, she's amazing. You deal with the man, he's amazing. But when they come together, if they don't manage their relations, you can have conflict with any two people, no matter how good they are. So I can easily see how divorce can happen. And now, all of a sudden, when someone tells me I'm divorced, I was like, I can understand why. But see, there's a reason the Bible says do not judge, because you're prone to judge. Do you get it? So when it tells you don't judge, it's natural. But then some people actually open up their mouths and speak it out.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
that's
problem
where
I
the
have.
Converting party.
Do you understand? Yeah, that's the problem I have. If you go
And that's what
and deal with your
Nigerians do
judgment,
very well.
yes, it's
Nigerians
natural.
suffered in this video.
Honestly.
I won't want Nigeria, that's a hilarious thing.
Yeah, you can't correct even your thoughts. But people who are Christian, they think that judgment and they speak it out, and they go around and tell other people, that one, you go on the marriage, and every day she's, with a banker issue. That's why.
So can I
Do you
ask,
understand?
why is it that the victim of judgment is always the woman? And I ask this question because when a man gets divorced, other men don't judge him, and women don't judge him. When it's the woman who is the subject of divorce, and of course it's always both of them, they both separate. The man does not face the amount of victimization that the woman faces. The woman faces it from women and from men. The man goes scot-free. As far as he's concerned, he's a bachelor now, he's a bachelor. He's ready for wife number 2 or 3. As the case may be. I once had a triple, he was twice divorced. Although he tried to explain to me that the first time his wife got pregnant for somebody else.
Wow.
And then the second time, okay, fair enough.
Word.
No, seriously. Then the second time, I can't remember what happened. I think something happened, and then the marriage was annulled. But they'd been married and they'd consummated. He was ready for marriage number 3, and I was the subject matter of this particular journey of his. And I said, I don't understand what you're doing. And he told me his priest had told him that there was nothing wrong with him looking for a soulmate, because in the past, the women he married were not his soulmate. I thought to myself, if it was a woman onto husband number 3, would Father
say that?
Sat her down and giving her this kind of
advice?
I think no. The answer is no.
I think no too.
At all.
Which is interesting, because that's actually the next question on my list. Do you think there is such a thing as a soulmate, and is there just one soulmate for one person on this earth?
This question.
It's because I'm so confused about this question.
Really?
But yeah, I've gone back. I did believe, / I kind of think I still do believe that there is one person, and I'm going to explain why. Both my mum was in a relationship before she got married, and so was my dad. Those 2 relationships both broke up. When they became friends, too many things happened, and my mum dreamt, like she dreamt basically, she saw my dad's feet in a dream. My dad also dreamt about my mum, I can't remember the dream. His sister, even when he took my mum to the family house, my grandma was just tell them to start planning the wedding. Everything was just lining up. So to me, I felt like God is not going to do that with everybody. Do you get my mom's not going to dream about 5 people's feet, or my dad's not going to see 10 girls and God be yeah, just pick one, whichever one's finest. It was one specific person, they both and it fell in line. To make it easier for me, I'm just God, can you just show me this guy is? I really don't want to be doing It could be him.
I wish
my
I knew that
personality
as well.
aligns with this guy more than the other one.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Or based on where I live, it's just more work for my brain to handle. I would personally just love it if there was one person and I just had a dream and I saw the person's name.
Yeah, but that person.
Can I tell you what I think about soulmates?
Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of people don't marry their soulmates.
Fair enough.
I mean, there are people who make mistakes all the time and then they're
Some
divorced.
people just get married like practically.
Exactly. Two people make a mistake and they weren't supposed to be, but they've left their soulmates, their other partners. So
Then
you have a
who will those people
So
get
who's
married
the, I mean, their soulmates are already taken and
Yeah.
married and are having a bad marriage, and maybe the woman is Nigerian and has refused to leave their marriage.
Yeah.
So
Do you know?
do you know what I mean? So Nigerians are taking it back. But do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So the second person whose soulmate is already taken
Yeah.
is stuck with finding another person who's not her soulmate.
Wow.
Do you see what I mean?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. But then the,
So that's why I don't think.
but the flip
and-
side to that question or that statement is, so do you believe that as I am now, I could marry anyone? Like whoever like comes across my path, who I meet at work, who comes to church, like should I be as open to the fact that if I move to London now with my job, my husband's in London, but if I don't move to London and I stayed in Aberdeen, is a different person because that's, do you understand? Like how
I think so, you know.
Yeah,
I think
Like
you can
whoever
marry.
comes across
I
your
think you
path.
can marry anyone. I'm gonna
Okay,
ask
go
a really weird question. But do you think God chooses your spouse?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I do.
I do.
You
Orchestrates your spouse. I think, and that's relative. And I say relative because it also depends on your relationship with God. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I keep saying this thing about having a conviction about who you're going to be with, so that the day you guys are having issues, then you hold on to that conviction, like, God, you told me this, like, talk to him, like, so what's going on? Do you understand what I'm trying to
I
say?
think I understand Joyne's question. Like, there are some people, like, we're talking about from a Christian perspective because we're all Christians, right?
Yeah.
But there's some non-believers, there's some Satanists, there's some atheists. They meet somebody at work, they fall in love, they have a fantastic marriage, they've been married for 50 years. Do you understand? Like me, right? I know that God has given me a specific purpose, like just in general, like ministry and life and all that. So I can't just marry anybody because I can't struggle. I need a purpose partner. As cheesy as that sounds. I'm going somewhere, I've got something to do. So it's a specific guy that will line up with like my destiny. But like if you're like the person is just, you know what, I want to have a house, I want to have kids, life is not that deep for them, then probably they can. I don't know. I think it just depends on who you are.
God is not random. And obviously, when you're looking for a job, do you just go on S1 jobs or whatever and then just look at entire list of jobs? No. You have a narrowed down filter and then you select. When we pray for a husband or you pray for God to send somebody your way who's going to, fulfill that role in your life and you're going to fulfill the role in the person's life, I'm pretty sure everybody you have a list. You can't just say, God, I want a man. You say, God, please, I want somebody who is like this and like that. If you don't pray with purpose, then don't expect God to choose the best for you. So God is not random, but at the same time, when we come to Him, we ask Him for certain things, and those prayer points are really what He listens to.
I listened to a sermon and I found it so shocking, and the preacher said, your husband is not there, or the person, your life partner is not there to make you happy. Your life partner is there to fulfill God's will for your life. And I was like, what? Like, my husband better be making me happy. Which you know that's what I'm trying to say about. I wasn't supposed to be in Aberdeen. My plan was not to, like, everyone knew my 2-year plan. My 2-year plan was to come to Aberdeen, work for 2 years, move back to Nigeria, and ball. Like, that's the plan I had. I'm here till today. I'm here. I mean, after a while, a year and a half, I apply for jobs. I go to Nigeria. I go to Nigeria like 4 times a year, looking for that dream job, which I never found. So God was keeping me here for a reason. Like, and I was frustrated. Like, it got to a point where I was just like, what is going on? And I had to accept the fact that God brought me here for a reason.
One of it is obviously to fulfill God's purpose for your life, but I think as well that as women especially, we go into marriages thinking that our life is going to be complete, and that thing that's missing in our hearts, or that thing that's not made us completely whole yet, that we're going to be whole once we get married. If you're going into a marriage thinking that you're going this person is going to make you happy, that's like so much pressure to put on one person. I mean, I would hate for somebody to think that I'm going to make them happy for the rest.
That's work.
Well, do you know, it's a lot of work, so I think I get where he's
Can I say, the reason why I don't think you have that one person is because there are people who have been married, they had fantastic marriages, their spouse, maybe they lost their spouse to cancer, they've remarried and they're having a second fantastic marriage.
Okay.
So does God have two soulmates in mind for them? I just feel that there are many people, there are people who can work with the vision that God has given you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And it might be this one person, he decides, okay, this one can be Dabby's husband. Do you understand? Doesn't mean that if I was in America, he would have found someone who would say, oh, this person can work. Do you get what I mean?
I agree with you. I don't think there's one soulmate.
For women, all this, and I'm speaking to myself as well, praying for a husband, ask, oh God, please let him be this, let him be that. I think you need to have a primary list, which is God.
Negotiables and non-negotiables.
I'm not talking about the man. I'm not talking about praying for the man. You have a primary list for yourself. You need to be praying that God, I want to be a fulfilled human being. The praying for the man part is a secondary list. That primary list, as far as I'm concerned, that is what God is really going to use to guide you to your soulmate. So even in a scenario that you have described where a woman was married, first of all, her partner died, and then she got married again. As far as I see that in my mind, one person was moving her and helping her with that primary list as the will of God intended, and for whatever reason he left, God took him, or whatever happened. A second person comes in and continues with you on that journey.
That's exactly. I agree with that as well.
You said marriage is work. So if, for example, you ended up with your soulmate, who you think is your soulmate, and you guys don't work to keep that marriage, because that person is your soulmate, would that marriage still stand?
No. How do you know who's your soulmate?
Let's just say he is. Let's just say he is your soulmate.
And work are not mutually exclusive. That's the word.
That's exactly.
God could have given me literally his name in the sky, and I had like every pastor I know had the person's name. I still have to work for my marriage.
Which brings me to my point, is that the only way a marriage is going to stand is if the two individuals are willing to work together to make that marriage work.
For me, I feel like the biggest condition for marriage is a person who is willing to change. If you find someone who's willing to listen and to change and to make changes, if both of you are that way, then you can almost make anything work. But if you meet one person that's stuck in his ways, and you'll be frustrated.
Why can't a woman be independent? Who's going to change my
tire? Independent.
Who's going to change my tire? Who's going to do my shopping? Who's going to pay my bill? There is a game that women play, and it's the truth. We cannot lie to ourselves. There is a place where you have to be seen as needing men, and the people who play that game well understand how to win men over, and we can't deny it, unless you want to lie to yourself. As a woman, there's a place where you have to now become a little bit more feminine, so to speak, and try and make yourself vulnerable. Now, the people that understand how to work with, and this is men of all shades. It's not Nigerian men, it's not black, it's not white. Men of every type. They just have this inbuilt
That's how God made them, I think it's an ego thing. Like, he sees me as she can do this, she can do that, she doesn't need me. Why is he going to pursue me? Because I don't quote unquote need him. And I also know, turn myself into a jellyfish. Oh babe, I can't carry this, I can't do that. I can do things, but I think sometimes you can be overly independent where just defer a little bit, just be like, oh babe, even if you ask, okay, let me give you an example quickly. There's this girl, she's my friend, she's a bit older than me, she got married, and how she found her husband, right? Her laptop was broken. It was broken, and she went. I think he came around to the house for a party. She's like, "Oh, yo, can you help me fix this laptop?" And he was feeling like, "I'm a man." Do you understand? He was feeling very good of himself, and that's how they got together. Well, she just took the laptop. Come on, man, I'm not stupid. I have a brain. She's a lawyer. Tap 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 tap. I fixed this laptop. No. So you don't know what your helplessness will get you.
So you're saying that you need to be intentional about is to making yourself a bit vulnerable to the guy, so that he feels like he's needed.
Yes.
A real man shouldn't feel intimidated.
I don't think it's an intimidation. I don't think it's
let's allow men to have an Achilles heel.
I think that's how God created them. That's how they're wired.
I don't think that's how God created them.
They're wired
Can I say that it's
become.
It's a what?
Can I just say that it's some men? Because the new generation of men who just lie back and let women do all the work.
They
didn't bring the bread
I'm
home.
so sorry.
So,
but those ones still want you to not be independent. Those ones still want you to understand that they are the man.
The man.
So
Yeah.
we're both
Can you
being
imagine?
so
Yeah,
She was still
I don't think it's a feeling of being dependent. You're not going to be like.
No, it's just little touches, little nudges. And
listen, I know where doing.
I feel many times that's it. So that's why I know that there is a game. I mean,
Do you know how people have told me I don't smile, I don't do this, I don't do that? I had to tell myself, Demlade, I used to say no, even if I'm frowning, even
somebody
if I'm
should
here.
still feel confident. Somebody must step up
I said,
to
my
me.
man, he's my man.
After all, if he wants to be with me, he will pass through the forest
As I am now.
Where is he? And I'm still proud. So
You understand?
And sometimes independence is a fortress because there is no, perhaps you need. Independence has given no purchase at all for any of those requests to come in.
Yeah.
So what Uchechi just said is, I think there are two different kinds of independence. That thing you just said, some people, their independence is a fortress and it locks everybody out. Some people are just independent because it is required of them at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're single, there's no man doing it for you.
You need to do
I
it.
do everything.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Doesn't
You
mean
get
that
too
when
used
the
to
man
it.
comes, you won't be able
But that's
to.
the problem.
Okay.
You
But
get
some
too used
people-
to it. I've been doing this for I'm in my 30s. You know, this is.
What events can churches organize to create an opportunity for single guys and ladies to meet?
Why does a church need to organize an event for you guys to meet? Just go online, go on dating sites. We limit ourselves. We're looking for the church to have party. Then everybody will have party. And arrive in fine clothes.
Oh my
Use
god.
the resources at your
You
fingertips.
don't mind dating sites?
Why not? What's wrong with them? Didn't somebody introduce? How did you meet Obi? How did you meet me? I know I met your husband. I know exactly how you met your husband. And I know there was a friend involved, but do people not introduce people?
No,
to
but that's
people?
different
No, it's not.
online. But actually going
No, it's
on a
not.
dating website
No,
and
it's not different at all.
registering. I
Yes,
said
you
that
registered yourself
I'm
and
looking
being
for this and
available.
I'm looking for that.
So you can meet a stranger that somebody introduced to you, but you cannot meet a stranger online.
No, because you're meeting the person.
That person knows that person already.
Even online, they vetted the candidates.
Even meeting
before-
people, some people can't do hookups. They're actually, so it just depends on, that's what I'm saying, there are different
So what do they
avenues.
want to meet? They want to meet the stranger by themselves, then get to know the stranger by themselves.
Honestly,
You might as well just go online and do the same thing.
You're very quiet. What do you think of dating websites?
I've tried them. I think I signed up for like 2, and then I chickened out every single time. Like, I don't know. I just feel.
So that's what I'm trying to say, Demi can't.
Yeah, I can't. I wish I wanted
Married
to.
her husband.
I want to.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm saying some individuals can't based on their personality.
Mine
Like,
wasn't
what's
personality.
up?
Let me tell you what mine was. Mine's not about personality. Mine is about it's so idealistic and dumb. But I want my guys
to
to
be a
find
fairy
me,
tale,
man. Why do I
yeah.
want to be TikTok or
what do you do?
I want it to be like, oh my god, he bumped into me and then he was like, oh, this girl was so fine. And then he found out who my friend was.
True.
there's nothing wrong in strategically positioning yourself. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so just positioning yourself and then waiting for the guy to now come and holler.
Find
And
it.
you can do that again in virtual
It's
all
all
about
about
tactics.
It works.
It's all about.
I think we're just so fake, like the Christian
Yeah.
way is,
Yeah.
oh,
I agree with
he
that.
met me and then his eyes and mine locked, and therefore, I mean, the world has moved on. The church is still so fake.
To
So
meet your soulmate anywhere. Don't limit yourself to just church events and to church. If you guys agree with some points that were made, or if you guys disagreed, please just make sure you comment in the comment box. I would love to hear what you guys think, and I'm sure these guys would also respond as well. So you guys will keep an eye on the video. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this
And sorry
video.
to the Nigerians.
Yes, it was a bit.
we apologize.
It was a bit harsh on Nigerians, but
There was a huge faction
I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and also share with everyone that you know, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Bye.
Yeah. Like all along.
Let me check. QC.
You're so, no.
Most people don't think I went to QC.
No, but you talk like a QC.
I think it's because you're a QC girl.
Okay, QC girls, let's go.
Sorry.
so that you can be like in between myself and Daddy.
Okay.
Look at the camera, baby.
1, 2, 3, go. Hi guys,
Already, once she said 4 years, the guy was like 3 or 4 years. I cringed like mentally.
Oh, he's still 4 years old. That's what I said.
Yeah, you said the guy was younger, like 3 or 4 years younger than the girl.
Yeah.
I cringed internally, then I had to tell myself, cringe yourself because I'm beginning to learn that. Like it's actually not bad.
Please, I can't.
I can't.
Can you?
I can't very much.
Yeah, this ain't you can't.
How many? Wait.